Hello and welcome back to the Pixel Street Podcast, episode 48. My name is Joel Campos, and as always, I'm joined by the man who is also going to be publishing his own games away from Activision, John Hanson. What's up, John?
Yep, I'm in the process.
In the process. Respect the process.
Yes.
As always, you can email in topics to us at pixelstreetpodcast@gmail.com. I'm putting that in front just because... I'd like people to start giving us some topics. Or
yeah,
there are a lot of people on the Facebook group, so feel free to post them there. You can find our podcast every Friday. That's a very loose every Friday, but we're 2 weeks running in a row here. So on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, pretty much anywhere you can get a podcast. You can also find it on our YouTube channel at Almost Random on YouTube, and our Facebook group as well. Oh, that was a lot to go through there. This week we're going to be talking about, obviously, all the Bungie stuff going on right now with Activision. We're also going to talk about some Stan Lee stuff, some more Marvel stuff in what is being teased currently for the Spider-Man PS4 game, and we're going to talk about some games in 2019 that we think have some Game of the Year potential based on what we know currently. Let's get into some of the new releases, talk about kind of some stuff we're excited for. Are you getting the Mario game that comes out tomorrow?
Yeah, I have it already pre-ordered and installed on my Switch. I'm just ready for it to go.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I pre-ordered it from Amazon. I buy all my Switch games physically, just because, I don't know, especially like a game like this, I could easily let somebody borrow it when I'm done with it.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
But yeah, from this week to next week, I think that's really the only thing. The Walking Dead, the final season, episode 3.
Yep, that'll be one that I will definitely be checking out. I already own the season pass to that. But yeah, other than that, pretty slow week. There's just a lot of smaller games coming out, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I also own the season pass for The Walking Dead. I still have not played the second one, so I need to get on that ASAP. I think that's it though, between this week and next week.
Yeah.
The other thing I think is worth mentioning is that on Xbox Game Pass right now, I think Life is Strange season 2 episode 1 came out for free on it. So definitely go check that out if you have Xbox Game Pass and you like Life is Strange.
Yeah, the second episode is coming up here within a few weeks, I think.
Oh, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I still want to play through what was the last one? Before the Storm.
Captain Spirit?
No, it was called Before the Storm.
You mean the actual the Chloe story?
Last one. Yeah. Cuz I played through the first one with my girlfriend. She kind of enjoyed it. At least she says she did. I don't know. But we started playing through Before the Storm. I think that's what it's called, right? Am I right on that?
Yeah, it's Before the Storm.
Okay. And
it's a prequel.
Yeah, we started playing it, and it's just kind of long. The episodes are longer in that, because I think there's only 3 episodes, and each one's kind of longer. But yeah, we started playing that a while ago. I should get back to it. Oh, man. That was a rough sneeze. But yeah, I want to get back to that game. Are there any other games that you want to get back to? Let's make this a topic. Maybe some that you started and never finished the past year.
How about let's do that next week?
Okay.
Give us some time to think on that.
That could be a whole thing, because I do have a lot of games on that list. But yeah, moving on, let's talk about some of what we're actually currently playing. You want to start us off?
Okay, yeah. Also, we're just skipping the free games this week because we need to do a shorter show. So, play Celeste. It's on Xbox for free. It's awesome. Actually, I'll just start off with that. I've been playing Celeste on my Xbox, and it is as awesome as people have been saying it is. It is such a well-made game. I am enjoying every single second with it so far. It's about this girl that she just walks in to the screen, and out of nowhere she's like, oh, I think I'm just going to climb this mountain and she just starts climbing, and you start seeing a little bit of her backstory and like all of the doubt that she has dealt with throughout her life and everything, and people talking down to her, and it definitely is. It seems like very focused on like a person's psyche. I definitely like where I'm at with it so far. I think I'm only 3 chapters in so far, but it is great. So I definitely recommend anyone who has an Xbox download that for free.
Yeah, you kind of just reiterated what a lot of people have been saying about the game, about how good it is, but is it really as hard as people are making it out to be?
So far, I haven't had too much trouble with it, because every screen, once you die, you just respawn on that screen again. And, like, the game is, like, very, like, it seems very, it's, what's the word I'm looking for? It really wants to encourage the player to keep trying again. Like, there's a loading screen that says, like, because it will keep track of how many times you died in a world, in a chapter, and it'll be like, if you're, be proud of every death that you've had, because that just means you're learning. And it's just kind of that, just like goodwill towards the player. Just, you can work through this. You got this. It's a little difficult, but not anything like too terrible. The most difficult part I've had so far is actually like a side mini game in it, where you play as, you like play an Atari version of Celeste on the game, and it's like all not even 8-bit graphics, and you're like working your way up the mountain, and that's like the hardest thing I've come by so far.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a game I gotta check out. But like I said, I do have a lot of games I want to get to, and that we'll talk about a little bit more next week. We're already way ahead of ourselves, man. We got a topic for next week already.
Oh, yeah.
To think on.
We're on a good roll.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, that's a game I got to get to. I already downloaded it on my Xbox and everything. I just got to take the time to sit down and play it. I feel like that'll be a good game to stream.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, anything else you want to say about Celeste?
No, I just recommend everyone give it a try. It's very good, especially if you like platformers.
Okay, I'm going to start with a game that I mentioned last week, which is Battlefield 5. I played a little bit more of it since we recorded last week's episode. But I am taking a break from it for now because they have Tides of War, which I think I kind of explained to you before. It's kind of like a Battle Pass type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't come back until the 16th, so next week. So I'm sure I'll be playing a bunch of it when the new Tides of War comes out. It's actually kind of nice because it gives me a chance, to have a breather and play some other games and not be solely focused on Battlefield. Like, so many of my friends who play Fortnite, which I actually have to add to this list. Sorry. So many of my friends that play Fortnite, that's the only game they play. Like, to be fair, it's a great game. Like, I understand why everybody loves it. But it seems like that's the only game they can play because they're constantly trying to level up stuff in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So that they have everything possible, out of their Battle Pass money they paid. But, yeah, Battlefield 5, still fun. Gonna take a break until next week when the new Tides of War comes, and I'm sure I'll be talking about it more. Probably keep talking about how broken it is still.
Yeah. There's some bad bugs in it.
Yeah, especially around the Tides of War stuff. Like, say a step for the Tides of War is, heal squad mates for 1,000 health, throughout one single round.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you happen to join the wrong server, which is weird because you can't buy or rent servers yet, so all the servers are EA servers.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the servers just happen to be bugged and won't count towards the Tides of War. And I had a day where I tried 2 days in a row playing, joining different servers. Nothing was counting. So I was like, screw this. And I just gave up that week. And I didn't get that week's rewards, which sucks. Because had it been working, I probably would have been able to advance and keep going. But I couldn't get it to work. So there's definitely bugs. It's with every Battlefield game now. And it's getting kind of ridiculous. But it is what it is.
Gotcha.
Moving on.
All right. The rest of my games are all Switch games. I've been playing a ton of my Switch lately.
Hold on. When you play, when you say that you've been playing a ton of Switch, do you play mainly handheld?
Yeah, mostly handheld.
Okay.
I usually play my Switch when I'm laying down, just watching YouTube, about to go to bed. There are times that I will play it in its docked mode. Like I plan on streaming New Super Mario Bros. U tonight, so I mean, of course, I have to play it there to stream it. But mostly,
where will you be streaming that?
Probably on my Twitch, twitch.com/RevXShadows.
Oh man, you're terrible at that.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv.
TV.
/RevXShadows.
I don't stream a lot. But I'm gonna do it a little bit tonight.
I don't think that's your Twitch handle. But
it's like underscores and everything. It's stupid. But yeah, been playing Smash. Still loving it. I mean, I don't play too much online because I have so many lagging issues. Haven't gotten too much further in the World of Light than I was last week. So just been mostly just setting up my own like rule set and playing against the bots, which is like what I used to do when I was a kid playing Smash. So I mean, it's just a blast from the past for me because I never had a Wii U, so I never got to play Smash 4, and I'm just loving it so much. It's a ton of fun.
Yeah, I mean, Smash is awesome, man. Me and my coworkers have been taking a break the past week just because we played so much of it from when it came out until like the beginning of this week. We played every day throughout lunch, so we're like, all right, let's take a break. And then just today, one of my coworkers came up to me. He's like, so, when are we playing Smash again? And so I think we're going to end up playing it tomorrow during lunch again.
Nice.
Yeah, it's so much fun to play with people, especially because we have dudes that play that, you know, they're in their mid-30s, late 30s. They haven't played a game, you know, video games since they were a kid. Mm-hmm. And, like, a lot of people, you know, just drop the hobby, you know, as they get older. And they just pick it up, and like within 2 matches they're competing, which is awesome. It speaks a lot to like how the game was designed and everything like that. It's just so easy to get into.
Yeah,
but then I'm sure you put me up against like fucking Smash Bros. Ken, you know, that pro dude who's on Survivor. I'll get my fucking clock cleaned.
Oh yeah, no, that's been the thing. I used to think I was really good at Smash until I started playing online, and then there will be times I barely get a hit on the other person. That's how it is with all fighting games with me. Like I get decent, I think, against the computer, and then the online people definitely take me down a peg.
Yeah, they're on a completely different level.
For sure.
Moving on, I just want to quickly say I started playing Fortnite again yesterday. It's on my list here, but I just want to note it real quick before I say my next game. Got back into it. I bought the Battle Pass, so I'm going to try and level that up in my spare time. I did play it today during lunch, so on my Switch, which is actually kind of nice because I just set my, you know, Switch with the kickstand up, and I play with my Pro controller, so I definitely feel like I have the edge on other Switch players who don't use a Pro controller. Because I was coming in top 10 every match, but yeah, Fortnite is still Fortnite. They've added so much stuff to the game, it's insane. Like there's airplanes now, that you can get gun wraps, which is essentially a skin for your gun. Really interesting stuff. But I also last night started playing Fallout 76 again. Mm-hmm. Not just last night, over the weekend as well. And I did it took me probably 6 to 7 hours to do an entire quest line that I worked on. It was a super, super long quest line. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I did it co-op with one of my buddies. We played both days together, so we did that quest line. Yeah, a lot of fun. Everybody hates Fallout 76, but I'm all in on it, man. It's not a game I could personally play, you know, every day. Like sometimes I play Fortnite every day for a week, or Battlefield every day. Fallout 76 isn't that type of game to me, just because I don't know. It's not Fallout 4. I don't know how else to explain it. Fallout 76 is definitely a game I have much more fun playing with people than alone, which is what they were going for. But at the same time, I could easily see why my buddy Tony plays Fallout 76 by himself, you know, for like 6 hours a day.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, personally, I couldn't play Fallout 76 alone. I played the beta alone, and it was a lot like Fallout 4 to me, just a little emptier. And yeah. I mean, Fallout 76 seemed fine to me. I backed out of my pre-order just because I just don't want another grindy game like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and it's very grindy too. Like I said, It took me like 7.5 hours to do that one whole quest line. I leveled up probably 6 times from that quest line alone, and I'm only like level 18 now.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm not far into the game. I haven't played that much of it, but when I do, I really enjoy it.
Gotcha.
Moving on, tell me about some Diablo.
Man, I've been playing a lot more Diablo on my Switch, and it is still great. I'm just completely in again. It's been a while since I last played Diablo 3, and I mean, gameplay-wise, there's nothing different about it, but it's just got its hooks in me again. I love playing through on a wizard. I got to the second chapter a couple nights ago, and man, I'm just enjoying it so much. Haven't even played with anyone, which was really surprising to me because, like, back when I played it on Xbox, when it first came to the Xbox One, like, I wouldn't touch it if I wasn't playing with anyone else, and now I'm just running through on my own, and, like, I'm even upping the difficulty and just enjoying every second of it. Very well made port, and I'm just in love with it at the moment.
Yeah, that's interesting to me that you wouldn't play it by yourself on Xbox, because that's exactly how I am with that game. I think the only time I've played it is with other people.
Yeah.
My other buddy who was super into it when it came out. But yeah, speaking of that buddy, also got it on Switch, has been playing, a lot of hours in that. But yeah, Diablo is awesome. Unfortunately, the next Diablo game's a mobile game, but who knows? Maybe it could surprise us.
Yeah. Not too hopeful on the mobile game. Just wait until Diablo 4 is actually announced.
True. My next game that I've been playing is Rocket League. I saw one of my good friends, like one of my good in real life friends who doesn't rarely play Xbox, playing it the other day. He's kind of a Rocket League junkie, and so I decided to join him. And I'm just hooked back on that game, man. Like, I played a few matches on Xbox a few nights ago. I've been playing every night before bed, which I know is what you used to do with Rocket League as well. It's just so easy to just hop in an online match, on the Switch before bed.
Yeah, especially because they're only 5-minute matches.
Yeah, they're real short and sweet, man. And then I played a lot on my Switch at work the other day, and then I came home last night and I played Rocket League on my Xbox, and holy shit, does it look so much better on Xbox than the Switch.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I noticed when it first came out, was just how much they down-res the graphics. I mean,
I noticed that when it first came out as well, but going straight from the Switch, playing that all day, to then playing on the Xbox, I felt like I was fucking in the game. It was insane. Like, it messed with my mind.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm just always... it's still really good. It runs great, and that's the important thing. It doesn't really matter. Rocket League isn't a game that's really built on its looks. So,
yeah.
I mean, it does look good on PS4 and Xbox, but the most important thing about it is the gameplay, and them nailing that on the Switch is what's most important.
Yeah, I think that it also helps that the Xbox One X enhancements came out like a few months ago or something. So I'm sure that definitely helped with how jarring it felt going from one to the other.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's your last game here, John?
My last game is Splatoon 2. It was on sale.
Yeah.
It might still be on the store.
I think it is.
Pro tip, if you go to GameStop and get it digitally right now, it is actually cheaper in-game and in-store than it is on the Nintendo eShop. Not by much.
It's 42?
Yeah, it was like 42 exactly. Yeah, no tax. Yeah, but the eShop charges tax. So yeah, I've been playing it. I gave it a try about a year ago, and I only tried like a couple games, a couple matches online. Thought it was cool. Got much further into it this last week though. Really enjoying it. I love the roller weapon. That's a lot of fun. I had like one section where I ran over 3 enemies in a row, and I felt so awesome. Of course, it doesn't matter how many of them you kill, so in the end it didn't matter, but I felt really cool just mowing through them all. Also gave the single player a try and got through the first world on there. That seems just okay to me. It didn't really...
It didn't stick out to me when I tried it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if I'm even gonna go back to it. Like, it was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't anything that really caught my attention too much. So I think the online is definitely gonna be what brings me back to that game.
Yeah, for sure. I did play a lot of that game when it first came out, but I haven't played it in a while. And I've honestly been thinking pretty recently, like it was a few weeks ago, I saw it in my case, and I was like, man, I should play Splatoon again. Because that game is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
And I feel like it'll be even more fun now that I have my Pro controllers.
For sure. If you ever want to play, just message me.
Yeah, we definitely should. I don't know, how does queuing up together work?
I don't know. I heard there used to be a lot of issues with that. When I was loading into the multiplayer area, I remember seeing a thing that was like match with friends or something like that. So they might have fixed the issues. I don't know. We'll have to give it a try sometime.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for that. The last game on my list is another Switch game. Surprise, surprise. Switch has taken over the world. I've been playing more Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I'm only 2 gym leaders in so far, but I've been doing a lot of just exploring, to be honest, just running around, catching Pokemon. 2 of my coworkers have the game as well. So we've been trading Pokemon a bunch to get the exclusives per game. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to talk to some of my coworkers about what kind of Pokemon they have and stuff too. It's just a learning experience, especially because like there's new stuff that's been added to this game that I don't remember in terms of like NPCs and stuff. So like one of my friends was telling me about some quests, like it just sounded crazy. I don't know. It's like, yeah, they told me to go do this. I brought it back, and they gave me like this awesome Pokemon. I can't remember what it was though.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Pokemon's Pokemon, man.
Pokemon is Pokemon.
Before we continue, I do want to bring up some recent purchases I made in the past week. Well, one of them was a gift.
All right.
I got I don't know if you know this, but I have a I have a Razer mouse and keyboard. And they sync up lighting. They're both RGB. As a gift from my girlfriend's mom, I got a mouse pad that lights up on the edges and on the top of it, and it syncs up with my keyboard and mouse, and it's awesome. It's so cool looking.
Yeah,
I feel so badass. And then on top of that, there was a sale at Target this week. Did you hear about this?
No.
For 3DS games, there was a sale. So I picked up 3 games. First one being Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, which I played through and loved. I want to try and get my girlfriend to play it to broaden her spectrum. That was $15, I think.
That's a really good deal.
No, how much was it? I think it was $5. It was $5. Yeah, and then I got Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D for $5 as well.
Oh, I love that game.
I don't think I've ever beaten it, to be honest, because that was around the time when me and my older brothers, we were all young and all wanted to play the one N64 we had. So yeah, but the other game I got is New Super Mario Bros. 2 for the 3DS, and that one I think was $15. That's the one that was more expensive. But it was worth it. I don't think my girlfriend played New Super Mario Bros. 2, so that I'm sure she'll play that. But as soon as we get the Switch one tomorrow, she's not going to play anything but that for a few weeks at least. But yeah, those are my recent tech pickups and gaming pickups. Have you bought any games recently? in the past week?
I mean, Splatoon 2.
Oh yeah, okay.
Other than that, no. Is this a new segment? We're gonna go on our recent nerd purchases. Purchases. I can't even talk.
I know you make a lot of purchases because well, you used to at Disc Replay when you'd get that sweet discount though, right?
I still do. I work at GameStop now. This week I bought 3 Nightmare Before Christmas action figures. I bought a pop figure of Hulk smashing Loki, and that might be it for this week.
Just out of curiosity, how much of a discount do you get on that kind of stuff at GameStop?
It's 15, but
that's not bad.
But the nice thing that I like, that it actually stacks with deals that are going on as well. So like there's a bag sale going on where you buy a $5 bag and all collectibles you fit in it are 25% off. So my action figures I bought were $25 a piece. So I ended up spending like $40 on all 3 of them.
Oh, nice.
Some of that also was like trade-ins and stuff, but yeah, I got a really good price on it. So yeah, everyone talks about how evil GameStop is all the time. It's not bad.
I mean, I feel like the nice thing too is like if you see something go on clearance, you could easily just like, when you get off your shift, just be like, oh, I want that.
Oh yeah, and that's the great thing too is with the clearance aisle, most of the clearance stuff is 50% off, like almost all the time.
Yeah, I know that they always have like a lot of like plushies and stuff like that, toys and stuff in the clearance. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Moving on, let's get into some of the news. I kind of want to take this first one.
Go ahead.
Jason Schreier of Kotaku writes, Bungie splits with Activision, keeps Destiny. Developer Bungie and publisher Activision are splitting up. An industry-shaking divorce that will see the shared world shooter series Destiny, that's a tongue twister, enter fully into Bungie's control. This development comes years after tension... comes after years of tension between the two companies. Tension that has existed since before the first Destiny even shipped. Bungie, the studio that created and has led development on the franchise, told employees during a team meeting this afternoon, framing it as fantastic news for a studio that has long grown sick of dealing with its publisher. Employees cheered and popped champagne, according to one person that was there. So Bungie is splitting, I guess, is the takeaway from this. Well, and it sounds like they're going to start doing a lot more shit that they've been wanting to do, but have been cucked by Activision, I guess.
Alright, so I mean, you're the big Destiny guy out of the two of us. What would be your biggest hope to come out of this? I
mean, I don't know. Like, clearly this last update, the latest DLC, I didn't play much of it, just because I've been off the Destiny train for a little bit here. But from my friends who currently still play it, they said that this last one is the best one they've had for Destiny 2. But also, it was like the least selling.
Forsaken, right?
Yes, I believe so. But it's also the least selling DLC they've had. So that is probably why Activision probably had a talk with them, saying like, hey, like this didn't sell that well. And maybe that's when Bungie realized like, hey, maybe we should go our separate ways because like this is what we want to be doing, is stuff that the fans want. Like we don't want to keep adding, more microtransactions so you can fucking buy another house. Yeah, so what I hope comes out of this is that Bungie just they have their creative freedom. Granted, I'm sure they had creative freedom before, but now it's like completely free.
Yeah.
From any, anybody that could stop any ideas they have. So it's just, I don't know. It's exciting. Hopefully they make some cool stuff out of it for the game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because it looks like they're going forward. They're planning on just self-publishing it, which I know Bungie is a big studio and everything, but I'm kind of worried for them. Like, I don't know. They've always had either Microsoft backing them up or Activision, which are two of the most profitable companies in the world. So I think it is awesome having them go out on their own, have that creative freedom that you were talking about. But this isn't going to be just an easy walk in the park for them. There is going to be some learning pains, I think, because now that Activision isn't figuring out how to market it and how to get that money flowing in all the time, now it's all on Bungie. So they're a company that hasn't done that before. It's really going to be interesting to see what they do to make a profit on Destiny going forward. Because don't forget, Activision put $1 billion on it back in the day.
Yeah, something like that.
So
it was a lot of money.
So they've always had that backing them up since the early days of Destiny. So I'm glad for them, and I really don't know how they managed to get out of a contract halfway through it and keep their IP and everything. I have no idea. Feeling
they must have paid it off. That's the only explanation, right?
Right?
Either that, they must have paid it off, and Activision must have been like, "Whoa, if they leave, we can't keep running this game on our own."
Yeah.
You know, like we're not going to hire a completely new team to take over this franchise in the middle of it.
Yeah. I definitely don't think this is the last we hear of this. I'm sure we're gonna hear more about it within the next week or so.
Oh yeah,
about what went on behind scenes or exactly what happened here. But I'm cautiously optimistic for Bungie, but I'm also kind of worried. I also keep seeing people say, "Oh, now Microsoft, buy them so they can take Halo back." No, they gave up the Halo franchise when they left Microsoft to focus on Destiny. That's not happening, and 343 does fine with it. So
I mean, but also on the same note as them, like, you know, not knowing how to publish games per se, you have to imagine this has been something they've been thinking about for years now. So I imagine they've, you know, hired some people on that have previous experience in this category. So I don't know. I'm sure in the coming weeks we're going to hear a lot more about this.
I mean, I would hope so. I mean,
this is going to be an ongoing story.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely check in next week to the Pixel Street podcast when we talk about whatever happens.
Whatever happens next.
All right, next up, this is a short story. So Stan Lee has a tribute that World of Warcraft just put in. This is by John Wilds on IGN. An eagle-eyed player has discovered a delightful Stan Lee tribute following the latest World of Warcraft patch. When patch 8.1.5 went live on the World of Warcraft public test servers, players were expecting more allies, shiny new battleground textures, and a ton of other fixes and updates. However, when walking through the streets of Stormwind Keep, Twitter user Dash Shoutin', I don't know, also noticed that a familiar face had been seen, or had been added. So it's just this NPC in armor that has Stan Lee's head, and his name is Stanley, like Stanley, because, I don't know, probably copyright or something.
Yeah, they didn't want to step on the wrong toes.
Yeah, so, yeah, his face looks exactly like Stan Lee, and he shouts Excelsior, so I wonder who they're trying to show here.
I wonder who.
Yeah, right? Yeah, just thought that was a cool thing to throw into the news.
Yeah, that is cool. It's also cool that, you know, like it probably took, like, the community a day to find that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's, like, clearly obvious, but they weren't going around, you know, saying, like, hey, look, go check out, like, oh, everybody go to this place and see what there is. Like,
yeah.
They weren't trying to taunt the fact that they're, you know, honoring him. It's probably just somebody that works over at Blizzard that, you know, wanted to put that, and then they got it approved.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I just love that stuff.
Yeah, that stuff is really cool. Speaking of in-game Easter eggs, this one is not confirmed yet, but Suriel Vasquez of Game Informer writes, Marvel is teasing something fantastic for Spider-Man PS4 coming real soon. Marvel is dedicating this week to the Fantastic Four, offering reveals oriented around Marvel's first family throughout the next few days. At the end of the 2-hour live stream highlighting some of the changes coming to its mobile titles, the company dropped a quick hint about the company's recent multi-million selling hit, Spider-Man. This is in quotes. "Something fantastic is coming to Marvel's Spider-Man real soon," Marvel's Ryan Penagos said as the company was wrapping up the stream. No further details, such as the date for the next announcement, or whether it would be a story-based DLC or a costume, were offered. Yeah, so obviously they're teasing something Fantastic Four coming to the PS4 game. I don't know what it could be. My guess it's going to be something small like a suit. I can't see it being any sort of story-based DLC. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, story-based DLC would be the number one thing that would be awesome, but
Yeah,
they just finished
obviously.
up their first season pass. I really doubt that they already had another thing in the works. It's always possible for them to make more, but not this fast.
I mean, I could see it being like, you know, a one-off mission, like kind of a longer mission where it's like, hey,
Yeah.
like, we need you, hey, Spider-Man, like, you know who we are, we know who you are, we need you to go do
Or
this.
it could... Is the Fantastic Four's, like, base in the game?
That is a solid question.
Because
I doubt it.
They've got Avengers Tower. They've got Doctor Strange's house. I know. I don't remember seeing the Fantastic Fours though.
It could be just something where a mission pops up in Avengers Tower. They're
Yeah.
standing there and they ask you to do something for them.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It could just be like a little mini game thing, like. Obviously not this, but like think of like Mario Odyssey when they just added in Luigi to all the worlds where you have to find the balloons, like just a small mini game like that. That would be cool. Maybe it's a race against the Human Torch like they used to have back in the day. What game was that? Was it Ultimate Spider-Man? Where you would just find
I
the
don't
Human
remember.
Torch and you would race across New York City against him. That would be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. Whatever it is, it's going to be cool. Obviously, what everybody wants is, like, you know, the fourth DLC to be this. Where you're working with the Fantastic Four or whatever it is. But, yeah, I mean, more content is more content. People are going to love whatever it is. Unless it's something stupid. Like, really lame. Like you got to go pick up like a new backpack and it just has like text in it.
Yeah, it'll just have like a picture of Spider-Man with the Fantastic Four. Like, ooh, yay.
Yeah. What if that's what it was? It's
Yeah,
some
just a little thing there.
Just a little picture in the game, and like it's like the guy's like, damn, like that little tidbit I dropped wasn't supposed to blow up this big.
Yeah.
Like, what are we gonna do? Just quick, figure it out.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what it is. Did you play the DLC for Spider-Man?
I downloaded it within the last couple weeks. I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet.
Okay, because I forgot to bring up, I actually beat the first DLC the other day. I played like 80% of it when it came out, and then I just finished beating it. First DLC is good. The ending to the first DLC is confusing. Not confusing. It's just like kind of a cliffhanger. But I'm hoping that the next two DLC, you know, sum it up. I don't know. I heard the second DLC is not that great.
Yeah, I've
But
heard that too.
I will continue chugging through it and finish it eventually.
All right. Moving on. Red Dead Redemption 2's PS4 exclusives are now available on Xbox One. This is by Imran Khan of Game Informer. Sony securing the Red Dead Redemption 2 marketing deal likely did a lot for the PS4's good fortunes this past year. Part of that deal included exclusive content, which means content that isn't on Xbox One. Thank you for literally defining exclusive for us. Whether or not anyone actually bought Red Dead on the PS4 because of this stuff is debatable, but those items are now available for Xbox One owners to decide for themselves. As part of today's Red Dead Online update, which includes a Battle Royale mode. So, are you getting into that?
I don't know.
Alright.
I don't know. We'll see. I haven't played the online yet, so...
Alright. Rockstar tucked away a small note indicating that the previous locked away items are now unleashed on Xbox One. Xbox One players can also now access the red chestnut Arabian horse, alligator skin ranch cutter saddle, and the high roller double action revolver in the Red Dead Online beta. That thing's still in beta? All right.
Yeah, that's why I haven't played the online. I said I'm gonna wait till the beta's over.
Gotcha.
And it seems like the beta's gonna last like 6 months.
Jeez. Okay. So yeah, anyone that's really excited for the Red Chestnut Arabian Horse on Xbox One,
Oh boy.
go grab it. Yeah, then nothing. It's been a slow week.
Yeah, except for this next news article. Jordan Ramey, I think that's how you say it, I probably botched it, of GameSpot writes, Division 2 Ubisoft abandoned Steam for Epic Game Store PC release. Ubisoft has announced the PC version of the Division 2 will release solely on the Ubisoft Store and Epic Game Store. So, unlike the original The Division, Ubisoft's upcoming third-person shooter is skipping out on releasing on Steam. This won't be the only Ubisoft title that Epic steals away from the Steam either. In a blog post, Epic revealed that it is partnering with Ubisoft on additional select titles. Those games have not yet been announced, but Epic did tease that information would come out during the coming year. Epic and Ubisoft's partnership might set a new precedent for major developers picking one PC game store over others, changing the PC gaming landscape to more closely reflect the scramble for first-party exclusives seen on consoles. This is kind of big news, man. More and more games leaving Steam. More and more developers and publishers.
Yeah, it's kind of insane, like, just how fast the Epic Game Store has been, like, making news lately. Like, think of Discord. They released their store, a couple weeks before Epic Game Stores, and then it just kind of disappeared.
Yep.
Like,
it literally just, everybody stopped talking about it as soon as Epic's like, hey, we're doing that too.
We are literally on Discord right now, and I don't even know if that store is still available.
Yeah, I don't see any.
Yeah,
it
I don't
should
see
be the top
for it.
channel in the top left. I don't see a store.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think Discord works better as what we're doing right now, talking, text channels. Yeah, even you can even put your games in here so you can launch them straight from here.
Yeah.
I think that works great for that. But as much of a store, no. Epic Game Store I haven't really used, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
I know they've been offering a lot of free games. I remember in December Subnautica was free. I saw another one is free
Super
coming
Meat
up.
Boy.
Yeah.
That's free right now.
So yeah, they're getting on the whole free game bandwagon. It's awesome. I'm really happy to see someone actually challenge Valve and succeed at it, because pretty much everything we see in the past, like the Discord store, just fails and disappears. I get that everyone loves Steam, but I mean it has kind of had this almost monopoly like thing for a decade and a half now.
Yeah, I mean this was bound to happen eventually.
Yeah,
right?
For sure. And Epic, I mean, Fortnite's just blown up for them. Like, they've got so much money coming in now. They've set up the store, and it's getting so much. I mean, it's getting a lot of good news like this. So you gotta figure that they're about to bring in even more cash with that. So Epic's gonna get even more rich.
I mean, I think it all started when they announced, the pay cut. The what's the word? The ratio of what the developers are getting.
Yeah,
on their store versus
that's
Steam.
definitely the big thing to bring the developers over.
Yeah, that's what's getting people over. The final note I want to say about this before we go on to our topic of the show is that if Valve was not working on Half-Life 3 already, they probably are now, because they're probably shaking in their boots a little bit.
You know what? I still don't think they would. I still don't think they would care. I think.
You don't think so?
I mean,
Because,
they still get millions and millions a day.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But this is still gonna make a dent, right? More and more AAA titles going over there.
I think not yet. I think this is something that they pay attention to, but I think they kind of wait and see for a little bit. I mean, obviously, I'm not a part of the Valve staff.
I mean, and honestly, Valve could easily turn it around and say, "Hey, we're gonna match those."
Yeah, that's all they have to do.
That's all they have to do, and then people will be like, "All right, we've been working with you for the past 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
We're good."
And has Epic given any good customer sales yet?
I'm not sure.
Because if they haven't, that could be Valve's thing too. Like, all the developers could go over to Epic if they want. If there's no buyers over there, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, exactly. But to be fair, how many fucking people have Fortnite downloaded on their computers?
That's very true. So
they all have the store because it's the launcher as well.
With how much good news the Epic Game Store has gotten lately, though, I don't see it going away. Obviously, I don't see Steam going away anytime soon. So I really think that it could just kind of widen the field, you know what I mean, for PC gaming. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely interesting times, you know, in terms of like the platforms you can sell your games on. Because right now, like, I feel like 5 years ago it would have been like, oh, I want this game, I'll go to Steam, and it would be there 100% of the time. And now, if I want to play a game, it's like, fuck, what did I buy that game on 5 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Was it on Steam? Was it on fucking Origin? Origin's still a thing, right? Like,
that's unfortunate.
It's the worst, man. Origin sucks, and everybody knows it. Even EA. It's annoying. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, let's get into some good thoughts here. Joel, I like the topic of the show that you brought up for us. Why don't you read it off?
Well, I think it plays off very well off the last two episodes we've done, or last week we did our top games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it only makes sense that we go on to talk about what we think has potential to be some of the best games of next year. So our topic of the show is, of the games you know about coming out in 2019, which do we think has Game of the Year potential?
All right, so we're going on things that have a confirmed 2019 release window.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to keep note of this because I want to track it.
Okay.
First and foremost, for me, I'm just going to put Anthem up there.
Really?
I think it has potential to be, because if you think about it, there's not that many big games, and we talked about that last week too. Like, of the games coming out in the next year, like, yeah, exactly. There's just going to be some that surprise us.
Yeah.
But of the games we know about, I think Anthem's going to be a top 5 contender, probably.
You know, I'm going both ways on Anthem right now. One moment I'm high on it, the other moment I'm like, it's gonna fail.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm the same way. But the hype for it is so real right now between people. Like, I'm not hyped for it at all, just because I know nothing about the game. I've been meaning to go to IGN.com and check out the IGN first game of the month is Anthem, and they have a bunch of videos up that they made. But everybody I talk to is like, man, Anthem's gonna be awesome, and it's like, well, what do you know about it? And it's like, oh, like, I know it's like kind of like this and kind of like that, and you fly around like Iron Man.
That's the thing that worries me, though, because how many times have we seen a game get so hype and then just for it to come out and just not meet those expectations?
Yeah,
I'm right there with you. I'm not really hyped at all. I do want to give it a try. I just redeemed my code for my pre-order to play the beta when it comes out, but I actually canceled my pre-order already.
That's probably what I'm gonna end up doing, is pre-ordering, get the beta code, and then if I don't like the beta, I will cancel.
Yeah.
Wait. So speaking of, when is the beta?
In a couple weeks, I believe. I think it said January 25th to the 27th. Okay.
So like fucking 2 weeks before it comes out.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, I mean, I really think Division 2 could do better than Anthem. I'm not saying Division 2 is my pick for Game of the Year.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just giving, like, I'm gonna give 3 games.
Okay, 3 games.
That? 3 games each.
All right. Man, I keep thinking of The Last of Us, but that's not confirmed, so I'm not going with that.
Yeah. Granted, if Last of Us 2 comes out next year, it's probably in the top 2 games of the year.
This year?
Easily. Yeah, this year, yeah.
It's 2019. You know, I'm going to go
Hearts? You forgot about that, didn't you?
No, I didn't forget about it. I was just about to say, but it's that hype thing again. You know, my first one's I'm going to go with Division 2. That's one of them. I think it's going to catch people off guard with how good it is.
Yeah, I agree. Because, I mean, me and you, we both played a lot of the Division 1.
Yeah.
And we both loved it. But for some reason, that's a game that everybody slept on, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was super excited for it coming out. A lot of people were playing it when it first came out. After like about a month, like there weren't many people talking about it or playing it anymore. And that's definitely a game that, you know, keeps growing and growing, kind of like how Destiny has.
Well, that's the thing. It actually still has a lot of people playing it. It's just not a vocal amount of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not like Destiny where, you know, they complain about the smallest tweak in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that hardcore, but it's still a lot of fun. I definitely want to play more Division before Division 2 comes out, because there's some stuff you can unlock for the next one. We should try that.
Okay, for sure.
My next game is Gears 5. I loved Gears of War 4. The multiplayer was great. The single player was alright. It was kind of gimmicky towards the end. Did you play the single player?
For 4?
Gears, yeah.
I haven't played 4 yet. I still have to run through 3.
Alright, so I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, it gets kind of gimmicky towards the end. I didn't know going into 4 if I was going to like it or not. The story, that is. Just because, you know, you got, you know, Marcus and all them are all older. And you play as his son and stuff, so... But the trailer for Gears 5 at E3 last year looked awesome. Like, they're putting more of a focus on Kat, or I think her name's Kathleen or something? Kathleen?
It's Kat.
I don't know. Yeah, they're putting more of a focus on her, and her backstory looks way more interesting than what JD's was, you know.
Okay.
So, I'm excited for it. The multiplayer, I'm sure, is going to be great, because Gears 4 is great. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
So you think not just Xbox Game of the Year, you think Game of the Year overall has a chance?
Yeah, for me, at least, yes.
I
think that is going to be...
No, I got you. I would hope so.
And to be fair, of the games we know about.
Yeah, no, for sure. My thing is with Gears 5, it would kind of have to have like almost the same kind of transformation that God of War had with its newest one. I know Gears has always had those really touching moments, but God of War had none of that before, and they just kind of put it all over. If they can like increase that to move throughout the entire story, which it kind of looks like they're going for from what they showed at E3, I think it definitely could have a shot at it. Of course, we haven't seen anything since E3, so we'll see when it gets closer. But okay, I like that pick.
Yeah, I think it's gonna do really well. So
yeah,
we'll see.
No, that's cool. My next pick, you know what? It's my most anticipated game of the year that we talked about. It's got to be Kingdom Hearts. I'm just worried. I'm starting to get those jitters. I've been waiting so long for this. It's definitely gonna end up being one of my favorite games of the year, regardless. I don't know about other people because it's gonna be really hard for people that haven't played the series before to get into it, I think.
Well, yeah, that's something I was thinking about too. Is there's so many people that like you, for instance, you're in, I'd say, you know, the majority of people that are excited for Kingdom Hearts are people who have played all the games. They've been waiting 10 plus years for this game. But then there's the minority who's like, yeah, I'm very excited for this game, and it's going to be my first Kingdom Hearts game. And I think those people are going to hate the game.
They are going to be so lost. Yeah.
Well, no, like, even granted, they can watch, you know, recap videos of the old games. I still think they're not going to enjoy it.
I don't know. I mean, if you like Disney, I think you can get into it regardless. Like me, when I first played the first Kingdom Hearts, I never touched a Final Fantasy before. And just the inclusion of Disney characters there drew me in. And then, like, the world that Square built around them and brought in all those side Final Fantasy characters really made me start caring about them. Now I haven't played through to completion any Final Fantasy still, but I know about the characters now, and I do enjoy their backstories and everything. I have looked into that, so I think there's a chance that someone coming in would like it, just if they like Final Fantasy 15, very similar gameplay. I think it's gonna, anyone that likes that kind of game can really get into it. It's just the story
I agree.
That is really gonna throw people for a loop, I think, because the story is so important to the Kingdom Hearts franchise, and it is so crazy and convoluted and everything.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people online, super excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, but I haven't really been seeing many people saying guys, I'm excited for Kingdom Hearts, but what if it's bad? Nobody's thinking of that option.
Because it's not going to happen, Joel. It's not going to happen.
That is a possibility.
I've waited too long. It's not going to happen.
Okay. My last game that I think has potential for Game of the Year, granted, they gave us a 2019 year, is going to be Pokemon.
Okay.
If they come out with the next generation of Pokemon this year, and it's, it takes all the good features from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and combines it with kind of the old, more RPG style, I'll say. Because the new one's still an RPG, but it's kind of like a watered-down RPG to try and get those little kids back into it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it has potential to be one of the best games of the year. That's granted, we just have the year. It could easily be delayed. But I don't think Nintendo's delayed a game yet, at least any of their major releases.
Yoshi.
Switch. Yoshi, that's the only one.
Yep. Yeah, no, have you seen that Reddit post that's been going around?
No.
Someone made it's like, this is my dream for what the new Pokemon will look like, and I think
I saw it on Twitter.
It looks like, I think I shared it on Twitter. It kind of looks like Pokemon in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. It does look cool. Yeah, he's like the Pokemon trainer standing next to his bike.
Yeah.
And
no, something like that probably never gonna happen.
Forest, essentially, with a mountain in the background.
Yeah,
something I don't think anything like that will happen.
But we can dream.
We definitely can.
Pokemon's definitely going to be one of the more popular ones. I mean, it's Pokemon. My final pick, though, one that might surprise you. Just kind of out of nowhere here. Control.
Hold on.
Oh,
I was going to try and guess. I was going to try and guess, but I wasn't going to guess Control. Continue.
All right, yeah, Control. I think I had this on my list last week of games I'm most excited for. Made by Quantum Break, the guys that made... Made by Remedy, the guys that made Quantum Break, and Alan Wake. And I'm just super excited for this game. There hasn't been a ton showed off from it. I think all we've seen is the footage from E3. I'm just... More and more I look at it and I'm like, this looks like a really cool idea, and I'm really excited to give it a try. I don't think they've given a release date for it or even a window besides 2019, but definitely a game that I think could be a sleeper hit.
Yeah, I agree. It could definitely be a sleeper hit. I never played all the way through Quantum Break, but I did. The thought came into my mind when I was driving home from work today. Because they were talking about this on Podcast Unlocked, I believe. They brought up Control. And somebody asked, is this the sequel to Quantum Break? And they're like, no, it's just the next Remedy game. What if they pull... Have you ever seen the movie Split?
I have not.
Well, at the end of the movie... so there was a movie called Unbreakable that came out in 2001, I believe. And then the movie Split came out in 2015 or 2016, I don't remember. But at the end of the movie Split, you found out that it was part of the same universe of the other one. So, because it's made by M. Night Shyamalan, and now they're making a third one that comes out this month. So what if Remedy's doing some shit, man? You never know, because these past two games have been some supernatural stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I could easily see them being related in somehow.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're probably going to at least have little Easter eggs towards them, because they did that in Quantum Break, where they had Alan Wake's books, sitting on the side and everything, and you could...
Oh, that's cool.
Look at them and everything, yeah. So, they'll probably be all in the same universe again. But if there is, a bigger connection between them, that would be awesome. It would be really down for that.
Yeah, that would be cool. All right, well, that sums up episode 48 of the Pixel Street Podcast. As always, send us an email if you have a topic of the show you'd like us to talk about at pixelstreetpodcast@gmail.com, or tweet at us on Twitter, either of us separately or the Almost Random Twitter account, which is Almost Random with an extra M at the end. Check out our Facebook page. Just search for Pixel Street Podcast. You will find us. Find our audio form on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can hear things. My name is Joel Campos. You can find me on Twitter at Campos63. You can find some of my writing on thatvideogameblog.com. I stream over on Mixer, mixer.com/MrFinishLine, and I also stream at the same time on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Campos63. John, where can we find you?
On Twitter, I am at RevexShadows. You can find my writing on cultureofgaming.com. Other than that, like I said earlier, I'm going to be probably streaming New Super Mario Bros. Wii U Deluxe. What a name. That will either be on mixer.com/RevexShadows or twitch.tv/RevexShadows with underscores in between. So, yeah, that's it.
All right, until the next episode, which may or may not be next week, which I think we probably can do. We can make it happen.
Yeah, we're doing good.
We're doing good. We will see you next week for episode 49 of the Pixel Street Podcast. Later.